Hello, welcome to Coull Discussions. That's Barry and Chris. Today we're going to talk about the hype train.
All aboard!
Yeah. There's been a lot of that going around this year. Lots of things being hyped, and a lot of things
falling short.
Oh, definitely. We'll start with sports, actually. The Rio Olympics. There's been a lot of hype around it, and not necessarily good hype. Right from the get-go. Not necessarily from the get-go. No, from the get-go. You know, the first South American International Olympic Games being held ever there, and it's been plagued with problems right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And months leading up to it, it's all people are talking about is just how bad it's going to be.
I am in regards to sports, because of my favorite team in hockey, the Edmonton Oilers, I know all about the hype. I know all about the hype, because every year is all hype, because we have these great players and
number one draft picks
and stuff like that.
Who you want in the draft.
I think the only thing that's lived up to hype for me, being an Oilers fan, is when we got Connor McDavid, and we know the hype behind him, and he has met the hype in his first 45 games, and he will continue to meet that hype. So
I hope
so. That's
okay. Connor McDavid is a good example of good hype.
Yeah.
The Edmonton
Oilers are a good example of bad hype. Look at that. All Oilers every day. You know what I mean? So being a fan of them, I know all about the hype train, all about it, and it's not that great.
Yeah. When you mentioned it, that now I'm going to name two. Okay, one that's actually been really big hype this year was the first season of Game of Thrones that actually surpassed the book in storyline, and there's a lot of hype around that because it's like, what is going to happen?
So, like a story, the book's ended, and there's
the book's done, and the TV is going past where the books are. Now, the author of the book has actually talked with the producers about how he wants things to go, or how he sees things. It might not actually be what's in the book, but until the book's out, we won't know. And so there's a lot of hype about that. And this is actually a really good example of how something has been hyped, and it's, to me, has gone beyond expectations. It was an amazing sixth season. It's blown everything out of the water so far.
You know, I haven't been watching, like, I just started watching Game of Thrones like a couple months back, because I was like, I didn't have the channel it was on, and I didn't really have a way to watch it, right? So I was like, okay, I'll watch it. I borrowed season 1 off of him, and we watched it, and it's a good show, but I'm not on this train that everybody's on of this is so great. It's a good show. It's decent. I like it. I enjoy it. You know, but I'm not like, holy fuck, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that person died. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're dead. Well, that's shocking. Oh, wow, they killed everybody. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason why it's so good, is because death means something.
I think it's because, you know what happened to me? I got ruined. I was on the Walking Dead hype train. I love that show. Like I love that show, and I was like, God, this is good. This is like the best show in the world. And they've let me down. It's again, it goes maybe it's even farther back, being an Oilers fan. Every year they let me down, so maybe I'm just tired of getting let down. And I don't believe the hype, so I temper my expectations.
It could be just getting older. Like me and the missus, we've gone to a lot of shows, a lot of movies, and she's been so disappointed with everything. So she hypes herself up a lot, and
I think a lot of people do that. They see a preview for something and they go, "Oh, this is gonna be great," and they read all about it. And I think it's different now. Like when we were younger, because we're older than the fucking internet. When we were younger, when movies came out, we would only see trailers on the television. Yep. We would only see one trailer, 15, 30 seconds at most.
Yeah.
Right? And we would be like, oh my God, I want to see that movie. But we wouldn't see anything else about it. We wouldn't hear anything about it. We wouldn't hear anything about it. And we'd be like, oh, we go see it. Our expectations aren't like as high now. You can go anywhere on the internet. You can see pretty much the whole damn movie before it comes out in previews.
Great examples of this are Superman vs. Batman, Suicide Squad, and X-Men.
Yeah. 3 really hyped movies. 3.
Very, very hyped movies.
And all 3 of them, I don't think... Which X-Men are we talking about?
The X-Men Apocalypse.
I don't know if I've seen it. I don't think
you probably haven't, but it was, it's supposed to be the ending of the last 3-part series with the new old cast, and it was, I watched it in theaters, and I'm glad I have seen it points, because other than that, if I had paid for that, I think I would have been really mad.
And that's exactly where I am with movies at theaters, right? I haven't seen a movie. I haven't seen a preview for a movie where I'm like, I want to go to a theater and see this.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Whereas I saw Deadpool in the theater. I loved Deadpool. It was so much fun. And the thing is, Deadpool had a really, really interesting marketing campaign, and I don't think there was hype around it.
I don't recall seeing too much about it.
It was an interesting marketing campaign, but I don't think it generated as much hype as, say, Batman vs. Superman. Batman vs. Superman has been touted around for 3 years now, and it's being touted around as being the big thing in movies. And after watching it,
I heard it was very bad.
Oh,
I heard it was absolutely the worst movie ever.
This is horrible of me, and you guys will hear from previous episodes, I am not a fan of Ben Affleck. Batman was the best part of Superman versus Batman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even I haven't seen it, and I'll watch it because I want to see for myself, and I'll make my own judgment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll probably love it. But I've heard things about Batman versus Superman that every person who told me about it, they're like, it's so bad. It's so bad. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You do have to reserve judgment until you see it yourself. You can align yourself with people who have an opinions. I watch a guy, Victor Lucas, on EPD, Electronic Playground. Me and him have similar ideas and tastes in movies, so whenever he does reviews, I can look at his review and go, okay, I know I will probably agree with a few of his points. There's been some things we've been completely polar opposites to in regards to some movies. On reading IGN online, their reviews are, I guess it comes down to who's doing the reviewing. Same in the paper. There's one Sun guy. He's an old school movie guy. He doesn't understand science fiction. So, if you have a movie like The Notebook, he will love that movie. But you have something like Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
I don't even think I've seen that one. I've watched part of it, but I haven't watched it all the way through.
Which I thought was a really, really good. It was a great movie. He didn't get it because I heard him behind me. Actually, he was in the theater when I was watching it. It was cool. It's like, oh my gosh, that's the Sun Review guy. And then he's sitting behind me, and I'm hearing it. It's like, I don't get it. And it's like, he just doesn't understand movies like that.
I think sometimes, people look into movies maybe too much, or they try to, again, the hype train. They expect it to be something that, when I watch a Marvel movie or a DC movie, I expect it to just be action, and I expect it to give me some bangs, maybe a couple laughs.
I'm expecting some geeky stuff, just, the little hidden joke, Easter eggs, as they call them. I like...
Whereas I know nothing about those. I've never read a comic. I'm sure I've read a comic, but I don't remember it. The only comic I remember reading is Walking Dead, the graphic novels. Yeah. For me, when I watch a DC movie or a Marvel movie, I go, okay, I don't know who these characters are that everybody's hyping about. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Okay, where Suicide Squad, I was interested in going to see it, right? And it really exploded in hype. There's talk about it. It's going to be great. It's blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you know what? If this hadn't happened, it probably would be a really great movie. But it was hyped so much that there's no way it could live up to anybody's expectations.
And I think that goes back to the whole thing that I said about the whole, if we saw 30 seconds of it, and that's it, a TV clip of it, and then we were like, whoa. And then you had to go see it in the theaters, and you saw it, you'd be like, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
But because you saw that 30 seconds on the internet, and then And then you saw 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds.
An analysis of that 30 seconds, and
exactly.
A breakdown of that 30 seconds.
And then an analysis of the analysis.
We have some more pictures and stills and blah.
Exactly. If you look at this still here, you can see the shape of this person. That could be and you're like...
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so much analysis of so many things nowadays. It's overdone.
It's over-analyzed. And it kind of takes away from it. So I think sometimes you got to... I've done this myself a few times. I'll because I'm a big sports fan. If I can't catch a game, I'll hit the record button, right? And I absolutely just don't look at social media. I don't listen to the radio where it could pop up because I want the game to be as authentic as possible. I want to hear. I don't want to hear the score. I don't want to hear spoilers. I want to be able to sit down
and enjoy the game.
Because then to me, it's like it's live, and I'm like that with movies too.
Yes.
Like I don't. If I want to see a movie, I'm like, oh, I want to see this movie. Like I want to see Suicide Squad. I'll watch it when it comes out, and I can get it at home.
I do recommend it,
and
it's good, but it's not great.
I don't go to like review sites and read them. Like, I didn't even know what the fuck Rotten Tomatoes was. Like, I didn't even know until last week. I watched this show on AMC called Feed the Beast. Talked about it a little bit in previous shows, and we were like, oh, I wonder if it's coming back. We haven't heard anything, right? And my wife goes to Rotten Tomatoes and is like, oh, it has 23% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I'm like, is that good or bad? She's like, that's horrible. And then we looked up this Preacher show, AMC as well, and it has like a 96 or something like that. Silly. And I'm like, and I'm not a big, like, I like the Preacher show, but I'm kind of in a limbo of it going, I don't understand it. Whereas Feed the Beast, I was like, I love that show. So, and that's just an example of like where you like Preacher, right?
Yep.
And you haven't watched Feed the Beast, but
no.
That's just an example of where, when you read a review or you look at somebody else's opinion on it, it may not necessarily be yours. So for my enjoyment, I don't read reviews of movies. I don't.
And it can influence how you see things. Because it's like...
If you get a negative review of Batman vs. Superman, like I've heard people say it's bad, I'm going to go in there
thinking it's bad. And then you might actually enjoy it because you had such low expectations. Yeah. It hit everything you were expecting. So, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, Batman vs. Superman, like, honestly, the best thing out of it was Ben Affleck. I went into Suicide Squad not thinking that Harley was going to be good, and she wasn't as bad as I thought she was going to be. She actually pulled Harley off. I still don't like the fact that they make her look like a whore. Okay, comics, they make her look like a whore. They make her look like a whore in the comics anyways, but, you know, to have her in live action be a whore, it kind of doesn't work in my mind, but that's just a...
See, I think that this is exactly where you can see, like, we're two different people. You read a lot of reviews on movies, and you watch trailers.
I will watch... Okay, for Suicide Squad, I watched the one trailer, I got excited, and I went, okay, I don't want to know anything else about this at all.
You've seen the new Star Wars trailer, Rogue One?
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one.
I
watched the first Rogue One trailer, and I went, okay, I'm interested. I cut myself off. Batman vs. Superman. I watched the first trailer, went eh. I watched another trailer, still went eh. And then I watched the third trailer, and still like meh. So, like, some movies...
I think you have to consciously do that. I think you have to consciously make the decision. It's like when you're trying to lose weight, and you're on a diet. You have to consciously go, I'm not going to do this. And same with the movies. When there's a hype train about something, and you have to consciously go, I don't want to get on that. I don't want to get on the hype train because it's just going to... 9 times out of 10, it's just going to end in disappointment. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's so... You're going to elevate the expectations so much that when you see it, you're going to be like, this is not anywhere close to what I was expecting.
Okay, counterpoint. Ghostbusters. Neither one of us has seen that movie.
Nope, and I don't want to see it. Okay. I'll watch it when it comes out on Netflix or another service that I have.
Yeah, okay, you know the whole thing about it, though, right? You know, it's like, when it was first announced, it was when it was first announced, it was announced as the old team passing on the torch to the new team. And I was thinking, okay, all-girl squad, no big deal. But since then it was changed to, it's a reboot.
Yeah, I think that's exactly like that. That was my kind of, I thought it wasn't supposed to be a reboot. I was like, okay, if they're gonna go a separate direction, I'm fine with it. But if it's gonna be a reboot, why are you completely changing it to women? If you're rebooting something, it should be the same as before, right?
Well, when you reboot something, it's supposed to be they're supposed to make it so it's better. And having an all-girl crew isn't necessarily better because
it's a different movie.
Yeah,
it's not the same movie. I've never understood the whole idea of rebooting something. I've never understood it at all. Why are you remaking something that's been made already? Don't do it. Why? No point. You know what I mean? It's like I heard they're coming out with an Ocean's 8 or something like that, and it's going to be female.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
which is fine as long as it's not a reboot. As long as
this is Ocean 8, and this is their own story.
Yeah,
don't associate it at all with the other one. Make it its own. Like the we talked about time travel, multi-universe. Make it like a multi-universe type of story thing where this is happening in a different universe compared to Oceans 11, 10, or whatever, 11, 12, 13, right? Stuff like that. What else is there? Fuck, I had something in my brain here that I can't remember what it was. Oh, my favorite movie of all time, Rounders. Love that movie. I can watch it anytime. I just love it because I like poker, and I just, for some reason, that movie just made me go, God damn, I love that movie. The story behind it, everything. You know what I mean? It's the story of, the same old story that you see in, guy loses everything and he gets it all back. Kumbaya. But they're talking about making a Rounders 2, and I'm like,
Rounders 2?
Yeah. And I'm going, maybe you guys just leave it alone. And it's almost like we're running out of ideas.
Yeah, the industry definitely is. It's a little hard up on
there
movies.
Needs to be something like a new flavor put in there. You know what I mean? There needs to be something that original that comes out. You know what I mean? There needs to be
original IPs are really hard to bank on.
Because
a lot of them fail.
They won't, because of how we are as a society. We're like we're as a consumer, I guess. We like to purchase and we like to delve into what we know.
Yep, true enough.
So the Star Wars, the Star Trek, we're like, oh, we know these, so we're gonna go see them. And I'm sure it's been like that forever.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come out with something completely different is like
a bit of a stretch. Yeah.
I think you see more of that in comedies where there's not as many reboots in comedies or sequels in comedies anymore. There's a couple, but there's always, like, when you see a comedy, you're like, oh, it's the same premise, but it's a little bit different. I don't know. I like movies, I really do, but I try to temper my expectations with all of them.
It's one of those jaded things of ages. Like, I've learned to temper my expectations for movies for a while now, because it's like going into a movie with high expectations. It hasn't lived up to expectations. I know when you're young, things are really easy. It's like, I went to go see Jurassic Park, Independence Day, multiple times. I think Jurassic Park was 4 times, and Independence Day was 3 times. And the worst part about Jurassic Park is every time I saw it in the theaters, I never saw that opening sequence with the raptor.
All right.
When I watched it on DVD, I was like, oh, cool, a cutscene. This was before cutscenes made it into regular movies. And then I think it was you. It was like, this was part of the movie. He's like, no, I've never seen it. I've seen it in the theater 4 times. I've never seen this part.
I don't think I've ever been to a movie more than once in a theater. I think I saw one of the Star Wars twice in the theaters for some reason. I don't even know why.
A girl?
No, maybe. I don't know. I can't even remember why. I don't even remember.
I just know that for Independence Day, during that part where the alien goes up against the window, me and my buddy were watching it with friends who had never seen it, so that part was coming up. They're leaning forward, we lean back, and we just sit there and watch them, and that part happens, and they just freak out, and we're like, yeah!
That's a good movie. I like watching it. I watched it. It was on TV. Probably on July 4th, and I watched it, and it was good. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I guess it's just that when you're older. I guess that's what happened. We're getting older, and we enjoy the older movies. I still enjoy new movies. I still
enjoy new movies too.
But
it's the hype thing. Like, already Star Wars, the Rogue One stories, people are starting to develop that momentum of hype, and it's just like, no,
and they're dissecting it so much.
This. Just
But I guess then it's our choice to consume that stuff on the internet, right?
True. I've learned that I can't do that. It's fun. Once I've seen the movie, I normally see a movie like that opening weekend, and once I see the movie, I dive into it and see what people have said. But, like, going into it, like, learning all these things, and then also...
I don't want to know potential storylines. I don't want to know...
Well, no, okay, the missus, she's done this a few times for a few movies, and she's like, oh, I expected the story to be XYZ, and the story was ABC, and I'm like...
How did you expect XYZ?
Well, no, and then it's like... And then she's like, I didn't like the movie. It's like, well, because you expected something different. It's like, yeah. Well, of course you're not going to like the movie.
Yeah. I I think the biggest thing is just to, don't, if I think you can ruin it.
You can ruin it
if you get
movie,
on the hype train.
Yeah.
Like, again, it goes back to me being an Oilers fan. Because, again, this is what I can equate it to. Because this is the feeling that I get. I go into every season for the past 5-6 years, and I'm going, I'm optimistic.
Best season ever.
And then a month in, you're like, oh my god, it's happening again. and it just wears you out. You know what I mean? And you go, Jesus Christ. I'm like a sports fan. I'm an Oilers fan. I'm an Eskimos fan, and now I can't really get excited to watch. Like I watch their games, but I can't get excited because I find that as a fan, I use sports as my outlet for 3 hours of I want to forget about life for 3 hours. I'm going to just enjoy it, and I find myself not being able to get into it because it's the hype is like I can't let my hype. Like I'm so excited about Connor McDavid, but I'm like, fucking, he gets hurt.
Yeah,
for half a season, and I'm like, are you serious?
Oh, that actually happened to him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
Yep.
I was so excited, and now it's like coming into this season, I'm like, is that gonna happen again? Oh my god.
And it's horrible. It's like expectations. You expect so much, and then when it fails to deliver,
you could go back to being a kid sometimes, where expectations you're just like, I'm excited.
Yes,
I get excited because I made an achievement in a video game, and that's what it is. There was no expectation to get it. There was nothing. It was, oh, I achieved that. Yes, I'm happy. Now as an adult,
it's like, oh, I did it. I did it.
Yeah,
I did it. Why is the achievement not popping up?
Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
like the $60 controller. Fuck.
Yeah, and then the sports, you're like, you expect so much, and you overanalyze, and you hear radios, and you're just like inundated with information. You go, ouch, my head hurts. Ooh, and it's like, I said to a guy at work, I said, I truly believe that the Edmonton Oilers will win the Stanley Cup before the Calgary Flames.
In fact, you've made the predicament here on this show that Edmonton Oilers will be the first Canadian team to win.
Yeah, and he was like, really? And I said, yep. And then we started debating about it, right? And it was interesting. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool to talk about, and it's like, it was just interesting,
Does he know a lot about hockey?
Yeah, we're big hockey fans.
There you
go. We like talking
So
hockey.
It was an interesting debate.
He's a Flames fan, and obviously I'm a homer. Obviously I'm a homer, and that's the way it is. But my expectations is for the Oilers to win a cup in the next 2-3 years. That's my expectations. Will I be sad? Yes, of course I will. I'll be mad. They should win a cup. They should. They have the best player in the game right now.
They have a lot of good players.
They have the best player in the game. Bottom line, they're going to have. This is the face of the NHL coming up. This is like Sidney Crosby is the face right now. Connor McDavid is already up there with him already. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I guess those are the expectations that I have, and that's the hype train. That's an example of a hype train for me.
Yeah, no, I get it. And for me, sports it's the movies. And I've learned that, watching trailers, I can't watch trailers because I overanalyze them. And watching too many trailers, I put the movie together.
Yeah.
And I've been able to figure out endings, and I hate it. The movie Interstellar?
With Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
Oh, with Matt McConaughey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured out the movie.
Really? I didn't figure it out. I thought it was a good movie.
No, it's a good movie. I would recommend watching it once. Unfortunately, that the book scene, where the light's coming down. Yeah. I figured it out.
You know what I find?
And then because the movie takes about an hour and a half to get to the point where I figured out, I was sitting through a movie for an hour and a half going, come on, get to the point. So it takes away from some of the things, and it's just like... But the big surprise... Oh, I shouldn't ruin that one, because it's actually a really interesting surprise.
What's that?
Who's in it?
In what?
In that movie.
In Interstellar?
Yeah.
I don't even remember it, so...
Oh, have you seen it?
I've seen it,
okay,
yeah.
But when that one guy shows up, that was a surprise.
What one guy? You can say it, who cares?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon was in it?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. He was stranded on an island. Sent a false distress signal. Sorry, spoilers. I had behind.
See, that's the thing. When I watch a movie, I don't remember it. Like, I don't remember, like, the plots. I don't...
It's weird because some of the guys that I work with, they can quote movies.
Yeah.
And I sit there going,
That's the one guy at work. He sits there and he quotes movies. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking
I've
about.
watched The Matrix, like, probably 100 times, and I couldn't give you a quote. Other than, like, D-cell battery. And that's not even the whole quote. That's
blue
just a little...
blue or red. That's all I know from Matrix. Even my favorite movie, Rounder, I've probably seen 50, 100 times, and I can't even...
Yeah.
Give that man his money. That's about all I remember from it. Because I just watch it and I just let it be what it is.
Yeah, true enough. So, tell us about your expectations in the comments below. You can follow us, like us, subscribe,
comment, share.
On all kinds of social media.
That's right, all over the interwebs, which we are older than. Tell that to your kids. I think that's going to be the funniest joke when my kid is old enough to actually understand.
My kids are old enough to understand.
I think that's going to be the funniest thing. Because he's going to look at me and go, what? You're older than the internet? And yeah.
It's funny because we're watching the show Stranger Things with my kids, and I'm explaining to them, it's like, this is a time before the internet.
Yeah.
Before cell phones.
When you had to get your friends over to play games.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you want to come over? We're going to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now it's, hey, we're going to play Warcraft on the computer. And there's 40 of you on separate computers and talking to each other.
Yeah.
Again, have a good week, guys. See you next week. It's so weird to think about that, eh?
It is.
Older than the internet.